Hey, what's up guys, it's ElasticSpyder here, and in today's video we are looking at a Hindenburg replay. Now as of patch 0.6.13, if you play 1 tier 8 battle or above, you will get access to 3 rental ships to use in clan wars, and I kind of want to make a video about the Hindenburg because I think it is a very viable ship in clan wars, so let's get into it. For Clan Wars and even for PubQ, it is, I think, one of the best ships to take in Clan Wars, besides the obvious ones for like Moskva. But in terms of cruisers, it is a very, very good pick, and I've kind of constructed a build that kind of is good in both PubQ and also the Clan Wars arena as well. So let's go over that here. In my modules, I've got main armaments mod 1, accuracy mod 2, I believe, 1 or 2, reload mod, then damage control mod like 3 or 4 or whatever, then rudder shift, then concealment. You'll see them on the screen as you're watching the video. And that gives you a very good build to counter pretty much anything and have the most versatility in the Hindenburg, no matter what the situation is. My modules, or my captain perks, however, I go with priority target. What is it? It's adrenaline rush, sorry, and then basics of survivability, superintendent, and finally demolition expert, as well as concealment expert. And since I do have a 19 points, point captain, I do slot on expert loader, which has been a very good perk to me. I've actually been using it a lot recently, and I've been reconsidering respecing a lot of my cruiser captains to also have this perk on them, because it is such a valuable perk. There's been countless times in Clan Wars that I've noticed that I should really be switching to AP when a target is broadside, but I've got HE loaded. But since it's already loaded completely, it's not in the process of reloading, I am able to just completely obliterate them by switching to AP, and they most of the time don't expect it. I'm going to turn up the volume here a little bit. Does seem a bit quiet, but yeah, so that's my basic captain build. Of course, for PubQ, I would slot defensive fire instead of hydro for obvious reasons, because even if you don't have carriers, just knowing that you don't have to worry about them at all is a very nice fact. And then, of course, spotter plane. You can use it if you like in PubQ, or you can pick the catapult fighter. Of course, all premium consumables, because I'm not a pleb. But yeah, so again, while this isn't Clan Wars, I think this game accurately represents the playstyle that I would suggest you guys incorporate into your clan battles in general, and that's a wide flanking Hindenburg. From my personal experience, me and my clan, we have been doing a lot of Zhao Hindenburg combos. You can also do double Hindenburg or even double Zhao. Either way, it works all the same. Just 2 HE spamming cruisers on the side, and that's what you kind of see here. We also have a cab as well to help support us against any DDs, even though the cab is not necessarily a destroyer. It does kind of help counter them and keep them away for the most part. So again, here, just this is pretty much going to be mostly the whole game is just going to be me sitting at range and just spamming HE and burning these battleships down. Now, oddly enough, I don't know why this is. It must have been something with the replays in 0612, but you do not see any of the shell tracers or where the rounds are going, so I do apologize for that. Should be fixed with the next patch. So, yeah, so basically this is what the Hindenburg is good for. If you are not very familiar with it, this is what it's good for. It's good for just all around HE spam, and you can see there's 6k on that North Cal. Even though North Cal is not in Clan Wars, it is still a very, very good very good damage. And when you hit superstructures, you can see they're very consistent 5K salvos. And the North Cal isn't all that different from something like a Missouri or a Montana for that matter. You still get very consistent. Oh, hello. You still get very consistent HE pen, which is nice. The other thing that I have seen the Hindenburg used for, and to some success, also some not so successful, and that would be a Hindenburg push with something like 2 or 3 Hindenburgs, and then as well as a battleship and like a Moskva or 2 for the radar. This is somewhat effective since the Hindenburg is somewhat tanky and it's got a decent HP pool at 51k. It's, I believe, third highest. When if you compare all the T10 cruisers, Moskva is definitely first, then I believe Henri, then Hindenburg. I don't know what Des Moines is off the top of my head, but I know it's somewhere around the 50k, somewhere around there. I know Zao is definitely the least, but of course the Hindenburg is pretty tanky. And just add to that the armor layout. You've got turtleback armor, and then to add to that you've got this nasty bow. I believe it's only 25 millimeters in the bow, but then you got these two 40 mil plates on either side of your front turrets, which protect it from any of those like cheeky shots through the bow into that first turret. So you do have good protection there. And then the athwart ship, I believe it's called, basically what protects the front barbette once you shoot past the bow, or if you remove the bow, like in port, you'll see that front athwart ship, and the Hindenburg has a pretty decent one at that, as well as the Citadel being very, very low, which is of course nice. So overall, the Hindenburg is quite tanky. That's not saying that it won't get citadeled, because it is still going to get citadeled by things like battleships, and even Moskva can pen it from time to time. But if you know how to angle and you know how to kind of be effective at mitigating and minimizing damage, then it shouldn't be too hard to be able to tank in the Hindi. And of course you do get German Hydra as well, so spotting torpedoes is no problem whatsoever. So again, some more HE spam. You're going to be doing a lot of this in Clan Wars. However, sometimes when targets go broadside, it is beneficial to switch to AP. Like for example, 13 kilometers out, I probably could have used AP on that guy, and probably could have gotten a 7-8k salvo if I hit on his upper deck. That would have been very nice. Atago, however, at 14k, oh, I got 2 citadels. Something you don't expect all that often, but it looked like I took that shot pretty well. I know you guys couldn't see it, but I promise it was a good shot. One thing you do have to remember, though, at T10, a lot of cruisers have very good armor. Like the Zao has 152, Des Moines has somewhere in that range. Moskva has like 155, Hindenburg 110, but then it's turtleback. The only thing that isn't is something like the Minotaur. Speaking of which, that's 3 citadels, 2 over pens. He should be dead here. There we go. So, just something to keep in mind. Your AP really is only good for citadels on enemy cruisers at about 12 kilometers if they are going full broadside to you. Other than that, you're not likely to get citadels, but you can still get very nice AP pens, which again you can see. You will see shortly here against these battleships where to aim, or hopefully you'll see where to aim, and get those somewhat massive hits on those battleships and cruisers to that extent too, because things like the Moskva have that 30 mil like deck, or even like a 50 mil deck in some cases, and that kind of wraps around their side, which, you know, is very nice because you can pen that at pretty much nearly any angle. Cobb is showing him a good amount of broadside, and I finish him fairly quickly here. Pushing to the cap, I've got my Hydra going, so I'm not too worried about torps whatsoever. I get Confederate and high caliber in the process. Currently sitting at 200k. The game's nearly over, and again, just trying to finish these guys off. But we've been pushing them the whole time, and that's something you would, at least I would think you would see. And that's interesting. Torpedoes aren't even showing up either. I believe torpedoes. There was torpedoes that were fired at me by that cab, but it doesn't look like they showed up either. But this is something you'd be doing a lot of flanking maneuver, and it's just because of your raw DPS that this is what you would be doing, and just your overall tankiness and versatility as well. Because you can get some very nice HE spamming going and some very nice distraction capabilities as well. The one thing you do have to worry about is, of course, the rudder shift is not very good. I think it's around in 8.9 seconds, 9 seconds, something like that. And that is with the rudder shift, so something to keep in mind. You don't always get the best of everything in the Hindenburg, but it is still a good boat nonetheless. Alright guys, so looking at the post-battle results, I ended up with 240k, which is quite impressive for just a random pub queue. However, I was pretty much just spamming in the backfield, but someone's got to do that. So 240k, 10k XP, 4 ships killed, almost got a Kraken. Had I ended up killing that Montana, that would have been our Kraken. I didn't even realize it at the time, but I also got Confederate Dreadnought and High Caliber, 7 Citadels, and 1 assisted base captures, all nice and dandy. Oops, team score wise, 2700 base XP with, again, 4 ships killed. I didn't mention it in the beginning, but I was playing with my buddy Wrath Snake, who was in his cab, and Ryu, who was in his Zao. And I talked a little bit about that Hindi Zao combo earlier, which is very effective. And we just wreaked havoc, as you can see. We were doing a lot of damage. Detailed report. 83k in high explosive, and you see 110k in armor piercing. So it wasn't all HE spam, even though I was pretty close to my wither. 47k, that is quite close. 2.3 million damage tanked, and I took 78k damage, and I did heal a good amount of that as well. But I think it was a good game overall. Credits and XP 4082. Of course, in Clan Wars you do have the free XP bonus, and of course some oil, so there's that going for you there too. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. One thing I do want to mention though is if you haven't saved, I've noticed a lot of this in the comment section. If you guys haven't supported the Texas, please do so. I'm actually going to buy the flag. That's $5. I'm going to do that because I really want to see the Texas continue on. It is a very historical ship, and if you can't donate, then at least spread the word, and maybe it'll reach someone that can donate. So if you haven't bought the flag or haven't bought the Texas, I would do that if you can, obviously. Because it is something that is quite remarkable. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys also get your Stalingrads if you are in a clan and participating in that, because I already got mine. I can't wait for the 2nd and 3rd flags. But anyways, I hope you will have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.